introduce himself to Nigerians and the people he governs. And while this has sparked up several controversies and the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party and some of this that he held yesterday wasn't necessary. They say it just seems like popularity mongering or attention seeking at best. Some others say, look, it was really necessary because according to him, this is no longer an issue of politics. It is no longer about politics. It's about the people. It's about Nigeria. It's about the perception that foreign countries and other nationalities have looking at Nigerians as it is. So the president must, on his own, not outsourcing, outsourcing it, on his own, state unequivocally who he is, his identity as a Nigerian or nationality and all. He says, the president needs to speak to the world, speak to the people and tell them by himself who he is, so that all of these things would be laid to rest. The conversation has been back and forth, but I think it's a straightforward one. It's a very straightforward one. So I say it all the time, that communication is key. Communication is very important, okay? If there are controversies mouthing you, there should come the time where, look, we take a stand, take a position and say, look, this is who I am, and this is what it is. Come hell or high waters, go to the moon and back, this is who I am. A bit of it, some of you who didn't get a chance to listen to it, and I hope that you listen to it with an open mind. This is, as far as I'm concerned, politics is over, okay? This whole back and forth should just end once and for all. I'm guessing that's the call, but politicians would always be politicians, will twist things and to make them look a certain way. Even though some people say, look, this press conference was really unnecessary, maybe call on the president privately and ask him to do this. It's maybe going to even yield more results rather than, having a press conference, because it seems like attention seeking. Listen to what Mr. Peter Obi had to say. He's a presidential candidate of the Labour Party.
That recently played out in American court system and the controversy surrounding the authenticity of the Chicago State University credentials of Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in addition to the barrage of media frenzy that the matter has triggered at home and abroad, I have had the unwholesome burden of responding to embarrassing questions about the Nigerian overall credibility as a nation to privileged audience and individuals both at home and abroad in different parts of the world I've traveled recently. To the outsiders, the entire Chicago University matter, as well as Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu's many other lingering identity question marks, have further worsened Nigerian less than glorious image internationally. Uninformed outsiders now see every Nigerian as a fraudster, certificate forger, or identity thief. The controversy is unnecessary, just as the implicit global embarrassment could have been avoided. In my opinion, Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have saved the nation and himself this protracted embarrassment and undue anxiety. Even in this late in the day, however, Chief Ahmed Bola Tinubu still owes the nation and the world a simple debt of obligation only he can discharge. I therefore respectfully and humbly call on him to immediately and personally mount the rostrum of his present high office to perform a simple task, reintroduce himself to the nation he governs and to the world for avoidance of further doubt. should let the world know his name, his nationality, his place of birth, his parentage, the primary and secondary school he attended with dates, as well as the actual universities he attended and certificates obtained. It should indicate clearly where and when he did his national youth service. In addition, if at any time he has had a change of name, it should state so clearly and circumstance that his name itself is no crime. This is a simple task that will take only a few minutes. It requires no affidavit, prolonged court process, spokesperson, agents or surrogates. The task is one that only Chief Bola Tinubu himself, through a direct personal statement, can perform. He must perform this task urgently in order to lay to rest, once and for the last time, the many lingering doubts and valid speculation about his true identity. A leader cannot outsource a clear, unambiguous personal statement about his identity to political surrogates, official spokespeople, lawyers, or any other person, no matter how highly placed. A matter of personal identity of a leader is too sensitive and central to the function of the office he currently occupies to be trifled with, outsourced, or disguised under the cloak of officialdom. It is about integrity, morality, values, and the rule of law that defines the character of a nation and its people. In his present capacity as a leader of a nation of over 200 million Nigerians, his true identity is a matter of grave national and international interest. The people deserve to know with certainty the true identity of their leader, and this overrides whatever rights he may have to personal privacy. In addition, the international community deserves to know the true identity of the person with whom they will engage on Nigeria. Having stood for an election of elevated office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Bola Tinubu have implicitly undertaken to cede the rights of private citizens in favor of life of open disclosure of his true identity and other circumstances that might be of public interest. His personal integrity demands no less. The legitimacy of the office he currently occupies demands that much and even more. Respect for the integrity and esteem of the Nigerian nation within the Committee of Nations makes it even more incumbent and compulsory. It is time to do the right thing. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
And that was that press conference there from the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, yesterday here in Abuja. Now, while that was on, just after this press conference, the BBC also released a report that says there was no evidence to suggest that the certificates which President Tinubu, tendered to INEC or submitted to INEC was forged. This received a backlash from, opposition members and supporters. This is also, while it also got commendation from supporters of the All Progressives Congress and President Bola Tinubu. As it is, this conversation seems not to be over yet. The matter is in court. The PDP and its presidential candidates gone up to appeal at the Supreme Court, and this is part of what they filed in court. And so some people say this may also be sub judice, but then the conversation lingers as to whether or not President Tinubu needs to reintroduce himself to Nigerians. as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party has said. He says this is not about the matters in court. He would not even state just somewhere, when he was taking questions from journalists. He says, "I'm not going to comment on matters in court because I don't do that. But this is an issue of morals and values, and it's fundamental, especially to the soul of our nation." Does the president need to reintroduce himself to Nigerians? The APC spokesperson, Felix Moka, says, look, the president, over 8 million people who voted for President Tinubu do not need him to reintroduce himself to them. They already know who he is, and that's why they voted for him. All right. Some of the Nigerians believe the same and say, look, it's time for us to just let things slide and move on. Some of them say, no, it is not. If we have these questions lingering, and many Nigerians who are applying for things abroad have to go under, excessive or, extended scrutiny just to get whatever it is that they're applying for because of these controversies, then it needs to be laid to rest, and no other person should do it but the president himself as the number one citizen of this country to defend the integrity of Nigerians and the certificates that they present to the world, the identity of Nigerians, when it's questioned, the president needs to make a strong statement by himself. The people who believe in that school of thought, just as Peter Obi does, but some others do not. So, well, it's Have You Say Thursday. Join the conversation. You have all sides of the story now. The side of the People's Democratic Party that insists that they're going to court with this. They're going to see what the Supreme Court says. They're going to test, at the Supreme Court whether or not, the certificate was forged, the one presented to INEC based on the credentials and documents released to them by the CSU, that's the Chicago State University. Now, the Labour Party calling on the president, the presidential candidates of the Labour Party, saying, look, that's not my problem. My problem is that the president should come out to state Nigerians, to tell the world, once and for all, this is who I am. And there's no argument about that. It should be laid to rest once and for all. Now, join the conversation 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. The APC says, look, there's no need for it. The president and those who voted for him, everyone knows him, so there's no need for any reintroduction. Join the conversation and let's get talking now. It's Have You Say Thursday. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. I'd love to get your thoughts now. Hello, good morning. That one dropped. Try to call back 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on. What's your name? Good morning.
Good morning, Prince Amateur.
Clement Iron Prince, good morning. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I listened keenly to Peter B's press conference, and I appreciate it because he displayed uncommon sagacity as a Nigerian leader. He went further to present his own CV from primary to all the courses that he attended as a leader. And anybody who says that it is asking too much for Nigerians to ask the president to clear the air and all the hogs surrounding his personality, that person is not living in reality. His identity and personality should not be shrouded in misery before the face of the over 200 million Nigerians that is governing. It's not about the 8 million people who voted for him or who will see vote for him anytime he comes out, even if he comes out from the stenches. Anybody can lie, even if one is robbed with shit all over. There are those who will still remain ardent in voting for him. But he's ruling Nigeria, not his party or followers. But the truth is that Nigeria, the way we find ourselves, I tell you, If you dig into the identity of many Nigerians that are leading and misleading Nigeria today, that are leading Nigeria from the path of greatness to the trenches, you not like what you will see. You saw many of them are shielded with worms. If you know their identities, if you know their tendencies, their nuances, and where they could lead a nation to, you would not like to see them in power. That is the truth. Some are murderers, some are kidnappers, some are ritualists. If you know how many of them have killed and engaged in ritualism with babalawos and all that. If you know what they do in their privacies when they wear agbada and come out shining, if you know how many souls have been lost to these people, it will be terrible to think about. That's the state of our leaders. So I wish Tinubu can go take the part of honor to tell us who really he is and the school he attended. And as for the BBC comment, let me tell you, it does appear to be shocked from my own personal understanding. BBC has nothing to do with this. It is American costs that the matter has been dealt in. It has nothing to do with the press house in Germany or in Norway. Anybody can come out and say, I don't believe that they say our BBC has said. We are not dealing with BBC. We're not dealing with a press house in Ghana. We're not dealing with a press house in Cameroon. We are dealing with courts in America.
All right.
Who are in position to tell us exactly where this man attended school and the result that he came with and the identity he came with. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Clement Zion Prince. That's your thoughts. Clement is one of those who believes that the president needs to reintroduce himself to Nigerians. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Am I on to Eagle FM?
This is Eagles 102.3 FM. Good to have you.
Oh, good. The name is Omenka John.
Say again?
Omenka John.
Omenka, good to have you. Let's hear you.
Omenka John.
Oh, Omenka John, good to have you. Sorry about that. I'm glad you're here. Let's hear you, please.
Now, onto your topic. Well, it's quite, for me, it's disgraceful for His Excellency to toe the line of His Excellency, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, or this certificate, whether forge or whatever. Look, the school has made it clear. We all followed it on international TV and newsprint, and even in our local media. We all heard the college registrar saying that this man did attend our school, and the result is having those did not emanate from us, but from a vendor, our own vendor. And he, Mr. Excellency, His Excellency P.O.B., throw the line of Atiku instead of throwing the line of his party. I think he has finally put a nail on his political career because it shows how ambitious he is. Because how can you claim that the man ruling you is not your president? You call him by name, chief, on the international press conference. I mean, it's totally wrong for somebody of his stature to refer to Mr. President as chief. Even a local government chairman can control a chief. Am I wrong? And this man is heading our country right now. And apart from that, too, he also made reference of international community. What international communities is he calling on? And after he made reference of international community, an international newsprint organization responded, BBC, telling him that, brother, this man's certificate is authentic. Can't you see how disgraceful we have disgraced ourselves as a nation? How we have robbed the name of Nigeria. I pity ordinary Nigerians who are going to be flying outside this country, either by land or by air. How they will be embarrassed, all because of Atiku and people. It is wrong. They keep robbing the name of Nigeria just because you want to be president. Is it by force? If you think it's only you that can do the job, my brother, it's not only you. You have over 200 million Nigerians who can do the job far better than any of them. Even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there are people far better than him that can handle this country. But God has put him there. Let us allow him work. I prefer these people, these Atiku to be telling Tinubu, this is the cost you are supposed to be taking. Instead of removing this fuel subsidy now, this is what and what you are supposed to do. Look at what is happening in the Gaza. The Israelis, they have different parties. They have come together to form alliance just to make sure that they defeat whoever is their enemy. Who also in the Palestine. Why can't Nigerians come together and bring our heads together and solve our problem? Instead of trying to pull the other man down, you must bring him down. You must rub his name in the mud. It is wrong. And it shows that these two individuals, they are not patriotic enough to the cause of this nation, leading this nation. And they want to be leaders. No. I will accept people like that to be leaders as long as I live. I would rather vote for somebody else that believes in the oneness of Nigeria, that believes in the growth of this country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Omenka. John, thank you very much for calling. Let's get more callers in. Hello, good morning. Share your thoughts with us. This is Eagles 102.3.
Good morning, sir.
Abdullahi Yume, kind of good to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, my take on this issue is exceptional. I support the opposition parties, what they are doing. They are playing the games of democracy and they are pushing something hidden out to Nigerians to know everything. We are all Nigerians, we are citizens of this country, so there is nothing to hide something inside. We have to bring everything out. This is the beauty of democracy. For Atiku and Obi to call a press conference to address nations and also call on President to identify some issues is welcoming development. I don't see anything wrong about that. Because in a certificate saga, some people are saying you didn't attend the school. You say you have attended the school. So Nigerians are confused. They want to know the position of their president. I think there is nothing wrong about it. This is democracy, and we voted for this man. At least majority of Nigerians voted for him. Now he is in charge of the affairs of this country. Why people are questioning those who want to know more about him? If they are on fundamental human rights, if they are constitutional rights, it is not good for you to be leading or to be living under somebody that you don't know much about. You are a leader. You're supposed to know everything about him, especially his own quality. So if he came from a high quality, he has to come and tell Nigerians and address the people that, yes, indeed, I have attended the school. This is this is that. So that Nigeria will be very much clear about their president. So people should just shoot their mouths for saying they should allow him to work. No. This has nothing to do with his ambition. If he comes with a clear ambition to Nigeria, he can continue executing his project. This is also something part of our politics. There are people who can talk on behalf of the president about this matter. So this has nothing to do with the project. As far as he has the willing to move this country forward, he can move the country forward.
All right.
Except if he don't have anything to offer to Nigerians. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abdullahi. Make kind of more calls. Hello, good morning. Right, seems like we lost that one. Keep those calls coming. I'll take this one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Good morning. Is this John?
My name is Eze of Wazoo in Niger.
Eze, good to have you join us this morning. Welcome.
Yeah. My own perspective in this talk is that all this is because INEC disappointed Nigerians. All this is because INEC disappointed Nigerians. Had it been that INEC did their work properly, all these things could not have arisen at all. But when people were complaining of how they were deprived of their votes, and they say go to court. When we say go to court, so the person that is going to court now will try to get all the materials, all the evidences that he needs to prove his case. I think that is where we got it wrong. Instead, we toe the line of purity, even the common man will defend our president in all this. And for me also, they never take the president anything to come and say, I mean, to send the opposition to say, this is who I am. Just to send them and close their mouth. That's how I see all these things. Nigerians, for now, we have more problems than what we are going on. The problem of Nigeria now, the great problem we have now is the hunger and the insecurity. Here, so maybe all of you are in the office and they say, if you come to the streets, you see that people are falling. Even the mentality of people now has been pushed. Many people, when they talk now, they talk out of sense again because of hunger, because of what is that is happening. Please, if INEC, as they have failed and the court cannot get it right, I'm telling you, the next election that will come, it will be who can lead, let it be legal like that. So I blame INEC for all this.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eze. Shifting the blame, passing the buck to INEC. People also say, look, if INEC had done its due diligence, all of these may not have been. Because INEC would have been able to say, look, we authenticated everything. Some others say, oh, it's the DSS and the security agencies who were supposed to scrutinize and look deep into whatever it is that the presidential candidates are submitting or putting forward to the INEC. They should have done their due diligence. If they had done their jobs right, we probably wouldn't have had this, because they would be the ones to, probably say, look, we ensured that this is what it is. This is correct. No other back and forth, and no one, even the presidential candidates themselves, will know that, a thorough job was done on themselves. And so if the thorough job was done on themselves, then they probably would have done, the same to all other candidates, and we probably wouldn't have this back and forth. The conversation continues. By the way, we're going to have a guest at about 9:45. We're going to have some of our friends joining us. Something important that you probably want to listen to. Stay with us. The conversation continues. I'll be taking more of your thoughts. It's Have Your Say Thursday on Eagles Outlook.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Lotto don't come. Come chop better prices every day with only 100 naira. I know they want you. Every day, people get chance to win. Bone straight hair, iPhones, Samsung phone uncle, iPad, laptops, TV, and many original them for 100 naira. In Kechi, where you day. Yet Sunday, where that's your 100 naira change. Oga Yanga don't come. Yanga Lotto don't land. With just 100 naira, if it be you, play Yanga Lotto today. Yanga Lotto, do Yanga.
Yanga, madam, make we do the Yanga. Like say we chop in Maka, brother, waiting with the matter. Won't you make it Yanga? Yanga Lotto, Yanga Lotto, which come chop it.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. Hurry now.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on it. My name is Ihanacho Prince. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the press conference held by the presidential candidate of the Labour Party yesterday, where he called on the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to reintroduce himself to Nigerians and say Nigerians need to know who their president is, and the world needs to be shut once and for all, so we don't have, a continued back and forth on this issue of identity. All right, the conversation continues. It's Have Your Say Thursday, and we're taking your thoughts in 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Feel free to join in now. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. I love to hear from you. And Jojo Joseph from Goshen Villa, Piakasa says, good morning, Ihanacho. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. You say, I don't know our president at all. He needs to reintroduce himself once more because it's a dent on us. We need to know if he has it or not so that we will be sure who is ruling us. God bless you. Joseph Jojo, thank you very much for your contribution. All right, the phone lines are still open, 090-7353-00448888. SMS and WhatsApp messages go to 090-9705-4450. All right, then another message here from Popson. Popson, you say, good morning. I feel it shouldn't be about whether Nigerians voted him or not. Let the right thing be done so that the wrong precedents won't be set. Whatever is found going contrary to the electoral laws of the land, whoever is found wanting should just go because no one is above the law. The right thing should be done fast so we can begin the process of rebuilding this country. Popson, thank you very much for your contribution to the conversation. Let's bring in more callers. 090-7353-0044 and 090. Good morning, blessing. Good to have you.
Very good. Good. Right, don't work.
Thank you very much.
The Lord is your strength. I don't hear my daddy's voice. So
Salasi called earlier.
Okay. You see, you're not sure. Not be say we dey support bad thing. We know they support bad thing. Thank God I hear our people big voice today. It's a man that will come out coming election. I'm not cafe for anybody. But as it is now, we need peace in our country, Nigeria. He go be the first person now. Come, now me, be the blessing scholar. Come, may we join us together. And Nigeria go better. He no idea where he go pray for Nigeria. He go make Nigeria change. Many Nigeria go listen for him. We do Nigeria better. Now, P2B said, I called you by myself, blessing. Forget about the certificate yet. We know what you are fighting for is the truth, not the truth. Nobody knows. Let us go to the court. When we go to the court, can the person appear? The answer say no. Then we move forward. Now, I beg you, this order for Nigeria, this our refinery, who can put it for us? If you were article, they can join us together. Make them put our refinery. Nigeria will be happy. Now we forget about the certificate. Even though to keep them call. If I get my certificate today, nobody can use my certificate. If this is that deal where they are talking about our president, if the Britain certificate come out today, he cannot submit it for anybody to use. It's a personal certificate. Now, why we cannot let go? Now, listen to this man now to put Nigeria for head. If you put certificate for head, my certificate will be it. Who certificate here? I'm not supposed to say that Nigeria is not part of the school. Now, to truth today. Please, how we go to do our refinery? Now we want Nigeria vote for now. We go still vote for now. But now we go suffer that. If we declare what out to war now, they go kill us people come out. They will not be around. I'm begging. I'm not support evil. I'm begging.
Okay.
Our president calling. Now you say what to do now for us. You say issue of organ, you go tackle her for us. You say issue of security, you go tackle it for us. If
right.
now this one now we take the put for a table for that, you go know what to do. May I leave her, please. The one don't hold.
Okay.
Please, I'm begging you.
Thank you, BB Blessing. Appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts. And 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Now again, the issue of how opposition is played in this country. I mean, shouldn't we have had opposition really speaking up to the issues? Like Blessing just said, opposition coming out, tackling the issues and pointing the direction.
This morning, I want people to understand what we need to be doing. We don't have to be sentimental on whatever issue we are discussing here. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
There's no one can say, maybe looking at the issue of Tinubu certificate saga, that were not confirmed. But the issue, I think, is already in the court. It's something that are we together? I don't know.
We can hear you, even though it's breaking up.
No, they don't have a say. Let the courts do the justice. And when we can be doing a time like this, we don't have any other country apart from this and Nigeria. Let's continue to pray for this country, for the betterment of all. Nobody pray for war. And we should not be in a situation whereby one will be lifted up and some people will be bringing it down. Why are we going to benefit? It's something we have been doing for years, and they have not been giving us a good result. Why can't we just give a people a chance? Let's pray for the leadership. That make us understand. So nobody, what is happening now in Nigeria today? Look at the security, look at the economic, whatever. We are not happy. But that does not mean that we should now be bringing our heads down on the name of politics. What are we benefiting or getting from the heat? But the issue of the people have gone to the court. The case is already in the court.
I didn't get your name. What's your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Kende, calling from Gabalada.
Kende, thank you very much. Close with that. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Can you put down the volume of your radio and state your name? I still have a problem with that. Please put it down completely. Okay, so if you're calling radio, it's a golden rule. Put down the volume of your radio. We cannot have this, back and forth. It doesn't make sense. The holdbacks makes for bad broadcast, and it's not good. So as soon as you dial the number, just try as much as you can to turn off your radio. Listen to, you're speaking to me. You can hear me from your earpiece or your phone, rather than just want to hear your voice on the radio. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Renato.
Good morning, Elder Noja. Good to have you.
My regard to your family, Abubakar,
as well.
Americano, my regard to them.
All right.
Do you have any guests here today?
There's no guests in the studio at the moment.
Okay. If you are talking about politicians, they are the great problem to this Nigeria. Even some of them don't know what is politics because they jump politics. Lolo come fast for position. And what this opponent party is supposed to do now? Look look Senate. Adam Tumole is a member of APC. If the person attack APC, the type of appointment, and then those people when they are appointed now. PDP is there. Labour Party is there. Nobody is talking. They only mobilize people to fight the government to repair NNPC or return the subsidy. To fight for Nigeria now, they are fighting about our certificate go to court, this and this. Then they don't know what is politics. So let me tell you one thing, I always repeat it. Did you know, say if you are not sick, go to hospital. If I don't have money to pay for card, I will die there. Government hospital. And then after paying for card, if I don't have money for consultants, to go and see doctor, I will die there. And maybe they go to doctor place before you talk. Doctor don't give you about 5 tests. If you don't have money to go and those 5 tests, that 5 tests, no one less than 4,000 naira. You do the test before you come back to doctor. And if the doctor writes medicine for you, if you don't have money to buy, you die. Government hospital, where we are in the power as a means, all this is just free. Somebody to tell us this type of government when they bring now, which one the favor civilians, which one favors, what did police ever do to Nigeria? For that allow people to continue killing people, causing inflation, causing embarrassment to this, divide this country. The past government has divided the government, divide the country. All this right. Will come now. It can begin for fire on this now. Mood of rice, very right now is 1,400 naira.
Well, I've got to let you go now. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Now, I'll leave you with this quote by the former, the elder statesman, late elder statesman, Alhaji Yusuf Maitama Sule, who said, when politicians have nothing to offer, they resort to tribalism and religion because those are the best ways to divide the people. Nigerians, find yourselves. Do not allow yourselves to be divided on any account. Politicians always have a way to keep you distracted from the real issues. The issues today are that Nigerians are hungry, there's poverty, there's insecurity, there's all of those things. You need to find a way to hold government accountable, and rather than fighting yourselves on account of who is right and who is wrong, and who is opposition and who is not. Do well and do us that favor to, continue to hold government accountable. Well, at this point, we'll switch lanes now, and I'll let you know that I told you earlier that we'd have our friends from the Urban Development Company in Abuja. Mr. Ibe is joining us this morning. Mr. Ibe, good morning, and it's good to see you.
Good to see you too, sir. How are you today?
I'm very well.
I celebrate a good life. You guys are doing great.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you
Nice
for
being here
joining in. And let's get to it. The Urban Development Company. What are you about?
Yeah, we are into real estate. We are the people you get to call when you need the affordable housing in Abuja. Yeah, not only in Abuja, we are nationwide actually. We're in Lagos, in Mowe, in Abeokuta, in Port Harcourt, we're just everywhere. Definitely, we have been in the business for about 15 years now. Reliable company, housing, building, construction. We're just into real estate. That's who we are.
As a real estate firm, there's a lot of real estate firms in Abuja. What stands you out? What is your edge over other real estate companies in the city?
Our edge, we have two major edges. The one is the fact that we space our payments it's some other companies space their payment, but our own, we deal with individuals. We make our payment spacing according to an individual income. We interact with